As You and Me, and they stand ready. Set to go. Off and racing, given a dig from the inside. Boutique Bell commenced very well with Shooters, Blue Sparx, and driving across is Beston Street shortly afterwards. Out there wide is Wrexham, punching on around the outside to get up outside of these leaders as they go into the first corner, and they're being followed further back now here on the outside. Damage Control shooting up, having a dip for the front, so Damage Control goes to the lead. A length on Wrexham, Beston Street third, a length and a half to Shooters. Boutique Bell getting back on the inside is next. Followed then three deep Hamadryad. Blue Sparx had dropped right back into the field with Perfume Princess. Followed then by Social Playboy. Over on the inside behind them, coming to the turn is Wicked Riley, second from last. And You and Me brings up the tail end of the field. They'd straighten for home. Damage Control being ridden along in front, joined by Wrexham. This pair of kick well clear though. At the 275, Wrexham on the outside of Damage Control. 3 lengths away then. Blue Sparx is starting to run on, and it's charging to the line as Wrexham with 100 to go leads the way. Down the outside, Blue Sparx though finishing brilliantly, and Boutique Bell getting right up on the inside, but Blue Sparx will win. Blue Sparx beat Boutique Bell. The two fancies have run the Quinella. Wrexham are on the outside. Next home, a Perfume Princess in a photo for third. In behind the making ground, Wicked Riley. Damage Control tucked up late. Behind them, Social Playboy. Hamadryad 3 deep throughout weakening. Followed further back in the field by Beston Street. A Gap Shooters. And last all of the way was You and Me. You could see that it was building and building for Fiore. The Manhattan Rain 3-year-old Blue Sparx back in the field. And got to Wrexham with 100 to go. Had the race. Boutique Bell pushing up on the fence. Wrexham will hold third in front of Perfume Princess and Hamadryad. They'll be the numbers. 10 Blue Sparx first. 7 Boutique Bell second. 3 Wrexham third home. We'll check fourth. But knocking on the door, Blue Sparx in recent outings for Brian Kersley. Had the 2 previous runs so far. Very lightly raced, this 3-year-old, a Manhattan Rain Queen's Parade gelding for Brian Kersley, the Finlay Group, and ridden by Lucy Fiore. Patient ride by Luce, jumped well, got back, allowed it to just balance up, find its rhythm, and then charging to the line late. Boutique Bell on the rail second to Piero Antique Bell mare for Michael Grantham and Willie Pike in the saddle. Peters Investments. And Wrexham third home by Playing God out of Ava's Angel for Kelly Everett's Loma Farms, trained by Dion Luciani and written by Patrick Carberry. 10-7, 3 with 11 Perfume Princess getting the tap for fourth. Margins of 3/4 of a length by a neck, and the time for the race is 1:11.67, home in 35.37. Third event today, the Max Trenorden Handicap over the 1,000 metres. Our thoughts with Max, great friend of racing. 2:14 starting time and a field of 8 with no other changes to come there. As we head back to Jockey, and there was a sense of predictability about this win this afternoon. The horse has been knocking on the door after 2 very encouraging runs.
That he has, Darren. Thank you very much. And as winning trainer Brian Kersley outlined pre-race, he's just been a little bit slow to the burn in terms of learning what being a racehorse is all about. But finally third up with the addition of the winkers as per the advice of Lucy Fiore. He was able to find the line better than he ever has. As winning trainer Brian Kersley joins you once again. Brian, congratulations on the victory. He's still not the most convincing of horses at this stage of his career, but you can tell he's going to turn into a nice horse.
Yeah, he, like I said before, he doesn't really know what he's doing yet. I think the winkers did help today. It just takes him a little while for the penny to drop. Hopefully he's worked out what it's about more today.
At this stage, is he almost too relaxed?
Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, how he raced today is what he's like in his work and so on at home. You know, just pretty casual sort of a bloke under saddle.
Does that only give you confidence that he is going to be a horse that you can have some fun with over a trip?
Yeah, I think so. Given time to mature, I think he'll get over a bit more ground and, yeah, we'll see the best of him then.
Is now the time for him to mature, or are you keen to see him learn what racing's more about before you eventually send him to the paddock?
I'll probably just have a look in the next few days, see how he is. I don't know, the Guineas is coming up in a few months. He might need to have a couple of weeks freshen up now if we want to look at that, or we just let him mature a bit more and wait for a bit later on in the year. We'll have a look.
A great result and a nice problem to have. Well done here.
Thank you.
There's Brian Kersley after the win of Blue Sparx, and here's Lucy Fury with Riley.
Yeah, thanks, Lockie. It was a nice win as well. Lucy, congratulations on the performance. It looked as though where he'd found himself in running, that the leaders had quickened and got away at the top of the straight, and he had a little bit of work to do, but he was able to do that work and get it done.
Yeah, he lobbed a nice spot. Just the whole time, he was constantly niggling him a bit. He's still very raw, lots to still learn. But obviously, he's gone super. And I think having them to run down out in front was good for him because he didn't switch off. And there was the other day, there was horses next to him, and he was just looking at them. So there's no one near him until he got past them. And yeah, it was a nice win.
You mentioned you did have to niggle at him throughout running, but it did look as though that with the winkers going on today that he began a lot better than he has at his 2 starts already this campaign, and you were just happy to let him find his feet early in the race.
Yeah, for sure. From the last race to this race, he travelled a lot. He did everything a lot better, but it's still there. But I think he'll get a lot further, so maybe he's also just wanting a slower tempo, but it would be nice to just have him kind of trucking for a bit.
Can you make it a race-to-race double with Modern Girl in the next, who's really just about come from nowhere with what she's been able to produce already thus far this campaign?
Yeah, hopefully. She was a super win at Bunbury last start, and she's been really good in all 5 starts, I think it is, and we'll see how she goes.
Nice win here, well done.
Thank you.
There's Lucy Fury. She combines with Brian Kersley and a nice 3-year-old in Blue Sparx to take out race 2 here at Belmont Park.